Hello, my name is Marco Thomas with Maison Mission. Today I would like to talk to you about justice and mercy. Before we start, I just have a couple of questions for you to think about. First of all, what does it cost to show mercy to someone? What's it like to show mercy? And has anyone ever shown you mercy? And if that person has shown you mercy, have you remembered to pass that mercy on to someone else? One of the things that, and also one of the things, have you ever had a debt totally canceled? One of the things that remind me of justice and mercy is Matthew 18:22, Matthew 18 verses 22 through 35. And it goes, Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. Talking about how many times Peter asked, how many times should I forgive my brother? Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 70 times, 77 times. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with servants. As he began the settlement, a man who owed 10,000 talents was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to repay the debt. The servant fell on his knees before him. Be patient with me, he begged, and I will pay back everything. The servant's master took pity on him, canceled the debt, and let him go. When the servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii. He grabbed him and began to choke him. Pay back what you owe, he demanded. His fellow servant fell to his knees and begged him, be patient with me, and I will pay you back. But he refused. Instead, he went off and had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were greatly distressed and went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the servant in. You wicked servant, he said, I canceled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you? In anger, his master turned him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back all he owed. This is how my heavenly Father would treat each of you unless you forgive your brother from your heart. So I remember one of the things that relates to the story to me so well is that I remember when I was first starting out on my own. This first time I was going to be responsible for my own bills, and I'm living away from home. However, I needed to get things started. And so my mom came down, but mostly my dad, he helped me get set up. So he helped me with the $2,000 or $3,000 that helps to get started. So like the first and last month's rent, security deposit, utilities, and a little help with furniture. Okay. Now, we were not rich by any means growing up. My dad was very practical and very pragmatic about certain things, and he told me that, look, we can't afford to run 2 houses, so you need to make sure you have your stuff together, and also you need to pay me back for this deposit. And I said, okay, because that's my dad, and that's what my dad does. And so I started paying them back over time, and it was like maybe a couple of $100 a month or whatever till we got to the amount. But fast forward to about 6 or 7 months in, and I forget what we were talking about, and out of the blue, my dad says to me, Marco, you've been paying on time, and you've been consistent, and you've never been late with a payment. So I want you, don't worry about the rest of the money. Forget about it. And I was like, are you sure? He says, yeah, I'm sure. Because I could pay it back. He said, no, it's fine. It's taken care of. And so I was just completely blown away. My dad just flat out canceled the debt. And I couldn't believe it. Now that one incident in my life has made a really huge impact on how I deal with my kids and family, and even total strangers when it comes to money and debt, and just maybe even just certain regular situations. And that's something I've always carried with me for the rest of my life. So because someone showed me what it's like to cancel a debt, I try to pass that forward. But also, I also believe that Jesus told that parable of the unmerciful servant to remind us that we need to extend grace and mercy to others, especially when it's been shown to us. And not only that, I also believe that the story is told to remind us that God has canceled our debt of sin through Jesus. Now, God didn't have to send his son, but he did. And he did it because he loved us. Thank you.